The Aztecs came from Central America. They lived in the Valley of Mexico. The civil action existed in around 600 AD. The husband was responsible for supporting the family, and the wife was responsible for providing the family with clothes and food. A lot of the men would farm or engage in craft work for a daily routine. The fathers were also responsible for educating their children until the age of 10, and then they were educated the rest of the way in a school connected with a temple. For the girls, they mostly stayed home and learned household skills so that they can be a good mother for when they eventually have children. The women would stay at home to weave and cook. The Aztecs were very religious. They believed in over 1,000 gods. They believed the gods controlled all life from the birth of a baby until the death. The empire of Teotihuacan was overthrown. Then in the city of Tolan, known as the Toltecs, their empire lasted from the 10th to the 12th century. Tula was captured and burned by its enemies. Agriculture was passed down generation from generation. With the advancement of agriculture, it helped the Aztecs grow crops and they learned a lot of farming practices. This has helped us because we are producing more foods that are fresh and that is good for us. The Mayas came from Central America. They lived in Mesoamerica. The civil action existed between 3000 and 2000 BC to 900 AD. The main women would do all the cooking. They had to cook real early to feed the men so that they can go off to the field. All Mayan families lived together in small villages near the fields. For education, the boys learned farming and hunting skills from their fathers. As for the girls, their mothers taught them how to cook, weave, and take care of the household. The Mayans worshipped hundreds of different gods. They also believed each day there was a god that carried the weight of the day on its back. No one is too sure how the fall of this civilization began, but it could have been the destruction of the city. Math and astronomy. The Mayans used math and astronomy to calculate an accurate calendar. Their calendar consisted of 260 days with a name and symbol for each day. They also had a calendar that tracked a solar year of 365 days. It contained months and also symbols for the names of the months. It benefits us because the main calendar is actually accurate, and without the calendar, we would not be able to keep track of the dates. The Incas came from South America. They live in Andes Highland city of Cuzco, which is in Peru. This civil action existed in the early 16th century. Daily life consisted of a bunch of hard work for the males. For the women, they stayed at home and they did the cooking, made the clothes, and took care of the children. By the time the girls were the age of 12, most of them were already married. The Inca nobles still had to do work, but they didn't have to pay taxes and they could own land unlike the peasants. They worshipped their ancestors because they were known as protective spirits. They used gifts and spears to demonstrate power to potential subjects. One of the most famous gods of the Incas was Viracocha, the creator. They rose to conquer and control the largest empire. Agriculture. Agriculture made their lives better because they took advantage of the soil and overcoming the weather. This helped us because we can use soil so that we can plant stuff and we will have healthy foods.